camera, action. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Saad Akbar and you're watching Teach Academy. Today on my show, I've got Lee Ryan, who's been here with you guys all along. And we're going to be discussing quite a few sinister topics. So without further ado, let's get started. What do you think about Dahmer, man? Dahmer.
Well, really good question. You know, that has been such a trendy topic right now. But you know what I don't like about this? I do not see him as someone who's really cool. Because why do you see someone who actually killed people, ate them, and he was sick in his head? Why is that so cool? Why this should not be trendy,
The sinister part of this is that the fact that this is trending among teenagers.
Yes.
And kids who are actually, and Netflix is they should have some sort of a system that prevents kids, impressionable kids from watching stuff like this. Yeah,
I don't think that would matter because nobody actually is so honest that if you're 18, if you're under 18, you don't have to watch this. Like, yeah, I am 18 plus.
Yeah, even if you put the button 18 plus below or whatever, I don't enter, people still enter. The question isn't that. The problem is that this is so appealing, and the thing is that even in the times that he was, this stuff was going on, he had a cult following, dude. People used to. The thing is that evil somehow has this way of, forming an impression on young minds, especially kids who are, these rebellious kids who are very chaotic. They are very, very susceptible to being, impressed by this.
To be honest, teens actually find this really cool. They're like, whoa, damn. They have this hot topic to talk about. Now they're like, oh, you know what? And the worst part, now they meet memes. They meet so many memes that are trending. Like this guy just dancing around in his room. I mean, if I had a kid and...
Yeah, you're bringing it into pop culture now through Netflix. Cheers.
Well, my coffee, I drank all of it. Yeah. But, it's like, I would not want my kids watching this, because I don't want my kids knowing that, there was a man, okay, he killed like 17 people and,
ate them,
kept their bones as like, some prized possessions. And okay, yeah, he was sentenced to like something, if I'm not wrong, 734 years, or I don't know if the number is correct. But eventually, when, this generation, like 2020, 2021 and all, people are like, oh, damn, Dahmer, wow. He was so cool.
Like, I swear to God, if you're a parent watching this, try to keep your kids away from absorbing negative content like Dahmer, right? And personally, I haven't watched this stuff. I know the real story of Jeffrey Dahmer, and I like to keep my mind fresh and away from negativity, especially sinister stuff like this. I remember one of these movies that I watched left me like in a phone call. One of the movies that I watched, it left me thinking, for days I was under this very like a veil of darkness. Like everything I looked at seemed like it was dark to me. It's called every time I think it's I can't remember.
It's good that you don't remember. I don't think you don't remember. That means it's not supposed to be remembered.
Yeah, I should not be promoting this stuff as well. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, you shouldn't be watching stuff like this. Consuming content like this turns your aura and your personality and your overall reaction to things very negative.
Yeah, for sure, because now picture this, you're a 14-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid, you watch this Dahmer show. Like, to be honest, I have not seen it as well. I've seen the documentary, I've not seen the show. Okay, so you're a 14-year-old kid, you go home and then you put on your TV and you're like, oh damn, wow, so that's what he did. And then now, to be honest, now the sad part is a lot of youngsters, like 13, 14-year-old kids, they've been exposed to a lot of intoxications, which is really wrong. And as we know, when you're intoxicated, you don't know what half of the thing you're doing, right?
Correct.
So now these kids, now most of them, even, you're growing up, you have a lot of, people have anger issues, people are aggressive. these kids will be like, if that guy could do it, why can't I do it?
Yes.
And let's do it.
You know, like my advice as someone who's probably older than you, if you're a teenager, don't watch the stuff. And it's not good. It's not cool. As simple as. I mean, nothing about this is cool. You want to be doing something meaningful with your time and your life. And yeah, I mean, don't get trapped in this. This stuff it's impressionable, not cool. Yeah, and what the hell is happening with teachers in Bahrain, dude?
Well, teachers, to be really honest, teachers in Bahrain need to actually sit maybe in a seminar or maybe need to go to a rehab. Because to be really honest with you, the news I'm hearing is really heartbreaking. I spoke about this on one of our shows, but I did not get the opportunity to actually elaborate about this. So, have you heard the hot news? I mean, it's not so hot, but then to me, it's really hot.
I know, and it actually happened very close to us as well.
Yes.
It happened very close to the Teach Bahrain campus. So, I mean, you know, two things. If you're a school, what's your hiring procedure? How do you hire people? Like, why don't you, within your HR, why don't you have some sort of a personality test? You know, like a presentation, like a teacher giving you a presentation. Why hire people who can... Dude, the audacity of this teacher to assault that kid. This is assault.
That to a special needs child.
No, to be fair, the government's really cool. They shut the school down.
The school deserved it. The school deserved
enough.
every bit of it.
Yeah.
The teacher, and recently, you know, that was really good that the government played it fair. The teacher's in jail now.
Oh, kudos. Let's do this.
Boom, I think for 3 years.
Oh,
and she deserves it.
Let's do this.
Because to
That's
me,
good.
you touch a child,
Yeah.
you are gone.
Yeah,
Do not come in front of me.
Yeah.
I will burn you.
Yeah, I hate
No,
you.
literally, I don't want to.
No, I don't like you for sure.
Yeah, but I
and
don't
I'm
like
a
you at
teacher
all.
too. Yeah. I don't like you, dude. You're a psycho. That's who you are. You're a psycho.
You're Jeffrey Dahmer.
You're Jeffrey Dahmer. You're taking your aggression out on a little kid who cannot defend themselves. And this little kid is gonna be, you know, they're gonna be affected for life. You know, you don't do that. It's crazy, dude. You don't do stuff like this to a child, and that's the child of 4 or 5.
Now,
God, you're psychotic, man. That's who you are, psychotic.
For sure. Now
like
think about this
Egypt,
child.
you know Egypt stuff. What happened in Egypt? A teacher actually killed a kid.
About that, yes.
Brain hemorrhage.
Back 8-year-old child. You know why?
Why was that?
To be honest, if the reason is so, like, sorry for my language, it's a very stupid reason.
That's always a stupid reason.
Spelling mistake.
Oh no! What was a spelling mistake?
A tiny spelling mistake.
He killed the child. It was a he, right?
I'm not sure.
He killed the
I
child.
don't know. He, she.
She killed. It was she? You're not kidding. Dude, what are these schools doing? And 1 second. Okay, leave the schools alone for a second. What are the parents doing? You take, you pay so much money and you've given birth to this child, you've raised this child, and you just entrust anybody with your child? Anybody?
To be honest, I do not.
Wooden stick on the head. Ah!
To be honest, I do not blame the parents for this.
No, I do.
I don't. You know
Do
why?
background checks, dude. Khalas, yani, how
why?
many kids? Now this kid's being assaulted in Bahrain. There's another kid who's dead in Egypt. Now one in Iran as well. You know what happened in Iran? This kid refused to sing something that was like basically like worshipping the Irani general or something.
Some anthem.
Anthem, okay, whatever. And then the teacher killed, right? Again.
No, actually what happened, a group of
Group of
girls
girls.
beaten up.
By who?
By the security, yeah.
Oh, God.
And the sad part is that,
Stop this. This is violence towards kids. You don't get paid, so you can beat up kids. You are not in a profession of security. You're not in a profession of, you're not police. You're not the army. You know who you are? You're a teacher. Stop it. Like, seriously, stop it. It's enough. Like, oh God. Iran, kid is killed. Bahrain, kid is beaten. What was the other country? Egypt, kid is killed. Dude, what is this? what is the world turning into? 2022 is the darkest year I've ever, like the single most darkest year I've ever witnessed, period.
And I hope now it's clear why
Satanic.
I usually talk a lot about mental health.
And people make fun of you on that for that on Reddit.
And a phone call.
There you go. Everyone's getting a phone call.
But yeah, I think now it's clear why I talk so much about mental health, because, you know, these are reasons why the mental health of a child is just completely ruined. Because I feel bad about the kids who passed away, but think about the kid that got beaten up here. Now, for the kid's entire life, she's not going to move or anything, because now, according to that kid...
Dude, what are you talking about? We've got kids coming to teach Bahrain. Dude, teach Bahrain. The kids we've had to teach Bahrain who've been previously beaten up in other schools. I swear to God, if you could come and see what this does to a child. Like, I've been a teacher for 14 years, right? 14 years of teaching has shown me so much. I've seen kids who've been hit before, and I swear to God, it shatters a kid inside. If they were beat up in foundational years of their life, they will be shattered. A shattered personality is what they have. They can't speak for themselves. They can't do the most mundane, basic tasks. They can't do anything. That's the kid, right? Oh my God. I feel so sorry. I feel so sorry.
Look at her. She
animals
looks
like
such
this
an
exist in our
innocent
society.
soul. You could hit a kid with a stick for a spelling mistake. I mean,
And
you
kill
know
her.
what? For teachers like those, yeah.
And you know that guy is out. You know, he only got suspended from teaching for like 6 months or something.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the irony of it all.
You know, for teachers like those that hit kids, how about you come and, you know, like go face someone your own size? Why do you go up behind someone who's just a pure little soul?
These are psychopaths, man. That's what you need to understand. These are all psychos. There's no difference between Jeffrey Dahmer and all three of these teachers. There's literally no difference. These are all psychopaths. And somehow they found an entry, you know, into our schooling system, because we're so lax on hiring. We're so lax. We just hire everybody and anybody. That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's
Schools
right.
need to look at who they're hiring. They need to do background checks on individuals. They need to find out who and what this person is, and if they're in the right mental psyche or not. Stop your academic testing and focus on personality testing for your teachers. For the love of God, how many more examples do you need? This is making me so aggressive, I swear to God. Just looking at these pictures
But
and
you know,
everything,
also
it
at some point, you
messes
know,
me up.
I at some point I don't blame parents and schools. You know why? Because people are so two-faced these days that, you know, I cannot sometimes make out what this person is. A person could be so good, like, you know, the purest soul known to mankind, and maybe like 2 minutes later turn into a snitch, maybe a snake.
Okay,
you
then
never
in
know.
that case, legislation. I would say hang them to death.
Torture them.
Yeah, I'm all in for, you know, these teachers who are like, you know, abusive towards kids. Look, I've been a teacher, so don't give me these examples. Oh, you don't know what it looks like in a classroom. It's so difficult to teach 20 kids at the same. Shut up. It's this. You can teach 30, 40, 50 kids at the same time. I swear to you, if you're a nice person, those 50 kids will hail you as their leader.
All you have to do is be the right leader.
Yeah?
Guide them the right way.
Yeah?
I mean, to be honest, when I initially started teaching, it was so hard for me. You know, I used to come to you by complaints like, you know, I don't know how to handle the class. These kids don't listen. They're so disrespectful. But eventually, I'm just like, guys, you know what? At the table now. They're just like, all right, okay. I'm like, did y'all finish all your work? Yes, it's done.
Dude, and these are old kids, dude. These are like 18-year-old, 16-year-old kids. I mean, it's not like they're like little babies or something. Toddlers who don't listen to you. This is the old kids. They understand everything. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, I don't know what to say about this. It's so disheartening that we've come to a point in 2022 that stories like this are rampant in the media, you know, like a kid killed in one country and then in another country and beaten up in another country, and, you know, it's a whole world, you know. It's a systematic change that we require. The systems need to get better. You know, your HR system and how you hire teachers needs to improve. The legislation needs to do a really good job. I mean, if you lay a hand on a kid, it should be, you know, a very hefty punishment, like something that shakes you to your core, you know, before you think about hitting a child.
I mean, personally, I think it should be 5 years jail and a suspension from being a teacher for at least
Forever,
yeah.
Lifetime suspension from being
Like,
a teacher ever.
You're not
You
worth
don't
it.
go. You don't go near a kid after
And
you hit
after
them.
5 years,
It's not your kid. You go. I don't care what you do to your kid. Don't go to other people's kids who are paying you money to groom them and then beat them up. That's what you don't do. You don't do that. You know what I mean? And-
not just prison, I think rehab as well.
Hmm?
They're no
Rehab,
less
yeah.
like, you know, the sick people who are addicted and all. Yeah, there's no difference between these people. You know, go to a rehab.
Mm-mm.
I think, you know, Bahrain's government should send that teacher to a rehab. Because she needs one.
Yeah, for sure. Psychos, man. These people are psychos. And send your kids to teach Bahrain. Like, we're good teachers here. Like, I look very angry right now, but I'm a really good person in general.
Ask
I'm not
every kid.
always angry or like it's just like, you know, these things that they rile you up, you know, like these stories and talking about these stories, you know, they rile you up a lot. But yeah, I mean, we've got a beautiful team here at Teach Bahrain. I feel like Lee, me, Stoyan, nicest people, you know. And we love kids, like, you know, like the compassion that every teacher has here for kids is very different. Like we actually want to make a mark. We want to help these kids achieve something. You know, there's so many of these broken little, you know, angels have come to Teach Bahrain and we've been able to
sure.
groom them. I feel very happy, you know, when I see that the world is full of garbage and then we're doing a pretty decent job, I'd say, yeah?
Especially, you know, when you walk in and you see that smile, like, you know,
Yeah.
especially when, you know, like, you know, I used to knock,
They
like,
love
you know, I'll
coming
take a
to
leave,
teach,
maybe.
man. They love it. They love it so much. Yeah, every Sunday morning you'll see like everyone's smiling, come to school. At 4, they don't want to go home. It's a pretty good environment, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, man. Yeah, and if you're one of those teachers who've ever laid a hand, you know, go do something to yourself. Like, for the love of God, reflect. You're an animal. You're not a human being. Let's talk about something nice. We have a Halloween's event coming up.
But let me tell you something, you know, about this Halloween event.
Yeah.
Come if you dare, because you have no idea what's coming your way.
Yeah.
You know, everything that you see about us, that we're so nice, trust me, at Halloween, we're gonna be creepy.
Ooh.
And we're gonna be so creepy that you might have to get some extra pair of pants. So, come if you dare.
Come if you dare.
We're having it at Teach Bahrain's compound on Saturday, the 29th of October. And guess what? The tickets are just for 2 BD.
Ooh, 2 BD tickets. But can I give them a sneak peek? Like, what are we doing? Stranger
Sure.
Things in real life.
Exactly.
So the whole compound is just elimination games. Just imagine Squid Games, but Stranger Things style. People get killed left, right, and center.
Exactly.
But the winner gets a big prize.
yeah, there's a cash prize for the winner.
What's the prize? Do we know?
Well,
Or you want to keep it a secret?
I think we'll keep it a secret.
Okay.
And at the day of the event, we're going to disclose it.
Yes, we're gonna show you what we're made of on Halloween. Dare, like, should I say dare if you come? No, that sounds stupid. Let's see how daring you are.
And
All right.
make sure you do get your extra pants.
Ooh. All right, so guys, if you like this episode of Teach Academy's Teachers Discussion, then leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon for more. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios, mi amigos.
Bye-bye. I'll see you there.